thank you, thank you. What a welcome!
What a welcome! We don't do that very often.
My knees were creaking.
Well, mine would have been too.
So, good gracious, this looks extraordinary. It's been described
amazing.
as a cross between Dynasty and Gossip Girl, and there's also, I think, a little bit of the Kardashians thrown in there as well.
Well, that's the E channel.
Yes,
Yes, because we are on E, and this is their first scripted drama ever, because, you know, they're known for reality and fashion and all those things we love.
So how was it sold to you?
Well, I remember exactly. I was on vacation, actually. I was in the swimming pool and I heard a little ping on my phone. I thought, I won't answer it. Pinged again. I thought, oh, OK, I'll go have a look. And it was my agent saying, there's this most extraordinary project coming out of Hollywood and they'd love you to do it. I was like, what is it?
A no-brainer.
I know. And they said, well, it was yes immediately. And they said, well, it's E's first scripted drama and it's all about a fictitious royal family and it's set in London and you're the Queen of England. And I was like,
I'm in!
sold! I don't need to read the script.
Because the great thing as well is that it's been shot here because you want to spend time at home.
Well, that's
with your boy.
I do, and normally if you sign on for an American job, you have to sign on for a long time in case you get picked up. And they're always in America, so I've never been able to do a TV show. So when they said this was London, and they said also London's really integral and important to this, and when you actually see this, you'll see that England looks at its absolute best in this show. We really, really show off. We see our beautiful stately homes. We've built a lot on the soundstage, and London's almost like a character in itself in this show, and it's kind of fabulous for us, I think.
We should have a little bit of a look.
Okay.
Here you go.
In case you've forgotten, we're not a normal family.
Women love power. Liam loves women. Could we go somewhere without them?
Oh, good God.
I mean, it looks incredible, I have to say. Do you think that behind closed doors, our actual royal family are anything like that?
Well, that's just it. We don't know because we never see behind closed doors. It would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing.
Yeah, well, you know, we can speculate. I doubt it.
No,
well,
don't.
I think probably parts of it might be.
Yes, me too.
We all love Harry.
Yes.
Although he's calmed down quite a bit now.
Disappointingly.
So let's go through the story because it opens up with the death of her son.
The Prince of Wales. The Prince of Wales is dead right at the top of the pilot. And so the second son, who would be the equivalent of Prince Harry, suddenly finds he has to step up and he is now the future King of England. And that's sort of how we set up the whole show at the beginning. And, you know, it's a huge responsibility for my very naughty second son, played by the lovely William Moseley, who I'd loved in all the Narnia movies because my son had an obsession with them. And you know what it's like with a child. You don't watch a movie once.
No.
You watch it 80 times in a row. So I knew William intimately, even though he was a teenager in that. So he's my son and he's fabulous. And so this, you know, this wild kid is suddenly the future King of England.
And you're obviously the queen, his mother, the Queen. Who have you based your character on? Where did you get the inspiration?
Well, I mean, it is pure fiction, and you see within a few seconds that it's nothing to do with the real royal family. So I could really pull on anyone I wanted. And the jury's a little out whether my character is a hero or a villain. She definitely does villainous things, but I think she has a heroic spirit, and she loves the country, she loves the people, she loves her family, and she wants what's best for them. But she is a controlling lunatic in some ways. So, sorry, I ramble so much.
No, not at all. The inspiration for the character. And I want to show you a picture here and ask you which inspiration behind. She's scantily clad, I think, on a number of occasions. Not many, but just a few. So the inspiration for this particular picture. There we go. The black
You
bust.
look so hot. That is amazing.
Well.
Something for the dads.
Well, there's not a lot of me in that. Not my daughter, played by the very sexy Alexandra Park, is normally the one prancing around in underwear. I'm in more dignified attire. Yeah, well, I don't know who my inspiration would be from that. Maybe Joan Collins and the Bitch.
Well,
or the Star.
you know,
Joan one of
Collins.
those.
She's the Queen Mother.
She is. She's the Grand Duchess of Oxfordshire.
That so
in our
suits
show.
her, actually,
and
doesn't
you
it?
know what? She's fabulous in it.
Well,
she looks phenomenal, and she is great.
If she was here to be talked to over this, I think that definitely she would say that this was the role for me. Because she'd be perfect as the Queen Mother.
Well, she would, and also I think I was inspired a little bit by her in her part in Dynasty. Alexis, she was, you know, the best villain I think we've ever seen on television. So I pulled a little bit from her. But also, you know, to look like a modern queen, you know, we don't have a young modern queen, I mean young, middle-aged queen today. You know, our queen's obviously in her 80s and fabulous, but a different generation. So really, there was nothing to pull on. So I tried to think, maybe I thought, what would Princess Diana maybe have looked like had she become our queen and was queen today? And so I sort of pulled on her looks-wise, how she might have looked, personality-wise, not at all. And then sort of, you know, pulled Joan Collins, maybe a bit of Cruella de Vil, a few of our all sort of favourite villains.
I think you're perfect for the role because anyone who lives in a house that finishes the word hall.
Yes, in real life.
It's got the word hall at the end of it. Is pretty. That's a very regal home that you're in there.
Well, it took me a long time to get there.
So is it sort of finished? It's got it's got 400 acres apparently. So.
Well, it's not that finished actually. It's pretty empty. I haven't had.
It's full of animals, though.
I've got a lot of animals. Yes. The outside's beautiful. The inside still has.
You would.
something to be done.
You would rather deliver lambs than lines, I think. Did you like that?
That's very good.
Yeah, that was very good. Well, I have delivered a lamb or two in my time. I took quite a lot of time off to raise my son and moved to the country full time. And I did do a lot of quite hands-on farming during that time. I have birthed a lamb, all of which I learned from Countryfile. It was an emergency. And yeah, I quite liked all that. At one stage, I think we had a terrible winter, and our ram had escaped early and impregnated all the sheep way before it should have done. So all the lambs were being born during the snow. They were all dying. So we had at least 12 of them in the laundry room at one time, all being bottle-fed by me, my then husband, my son, my mother. We all had little... It's quite sweet, actually. I know. We all had little lambs wrapped up in blankets with bottles in their mouths. We were bottle feeding a piglet at one stage and 2 calves. It's quite hands-on, and it's grim. Farming's quite tough.
I think that there's a reality show there.
There is. It's Damien, isn't it, your son?
Damien, my son,
and is he 13 in April?
He's 13 next month.
Yeah.
Nearly a teenager.
And so I assume if you're that age, then 400 acres and a big house like that must be an absolute dream.
Well, I didn't really want him to be a city kid. I wanted him to be a country kid, and he is. Yeah, he's outside all day long. Quite good for him.
And how is he around TV sets and filming? And
he loves it.
Does he?
He absolutely adores it. If he didn't, it would be quite tough because this show shoots all over the summer. So last summer, for the whole of the summer vacation from school, he was on the set. And you could think that could be dire for a kid to be bored after 5 minutes. He loved every single second of it. He wanted to come today, by the way, but I kept him at home. But he loves it. He adores it. And they're very nice to him on the set because they're very nice to kids. I keep saying, you just wait. Once your voice breaks and you started to shave, they're not going to be so nice to you. So you know, take advantage of it. But the camera crew let him be a little sort of intern for them, and he goes into the editing suite and he helps the costume people. He helps the lighting guys.
Does he want to do it? Is that what he wants to do?
He really wants to do it. Yeah.
Behind the scenes or in front?
Well, he's not sure at the moment. He's sort of, he likes all of it, which is great, so they can sort of find out if they're good at anything.
Oh, well, it's lovely to see you.
So lovely.
It's the Royals. It's tomorrow at 9 on E. I can't wait.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Right, still to come, we are staying with the royal theme. Do you want gorgeous glossy hair? Don't miss Fleur de Force's top tricks to make your hair shine like a princess after the break.
Welcome back. Still to come. Do you want your hair to shine like a royal? Can mayo and honey really make your locks as luscious as Kate? We are going to put them to the test. It's a very sticky test.